Put your faith in the light.
Hello guys, welcome to another one of my videos. Today I'll be answering the question, will the defensive nerfs actually impact Retribution Paladins? So if you didn't know, a few days ago Blizzard nuked down avoidance and leech by around 50% alongside a lot of talents that provided them as well. For Retribution Paladin, this was only in the form of Sanctified Plates, a 2-point talent that per point will now only give 3% avoidance. So in the end, it went from a total of 10% baseline avoidance to 6%. Stamina and armor remains unchanged. While this seems a bit off-putting, we have to remember that everyone lost defensive power, not only Retribution. Blizzard wants DPS to actually take damage and take it in a consistent form, not in the one-shotty way it's been for some time now. This is to give healers a bit more of agency and actually manage health bars. Having said that, we have to assess the hero talents first. This is mostly because both Herald and Templar give us back a lot of defensive power, each in their own way. Let's start with Templar, since technically they won't feel the nerfs. They actually come ahead and net gain defensive power. This is mainly because of two talents. The first one is Wrathful Descent. So when Empyrean Hammer critically strikes, 60% of the damage dealt is dealt to nearby enemies. Enemies hit by this effect deal 5% reduced damage to you for 8 seconds. So what people don't know is whenever the hammers actually splash, they also splash the debuff on target. So everything is hit by the splash damage will deal that reduced damage to you. This is really important because that debuff has an uptime of 80 to 85% in most content, which is incredibly high. This basically means this talent alone nullifies the nerfs that we got to Sanctified Plates, because 80% of 5% is just 4%. So we gained that 4% damage reduction we lost with Sanctified Rats just because of Wrathful Descent. And the Wrathful Descent damage reduction is also for every type of damage, not only AoE. So this alone is a net gain for us. The next talent we have to talk about is one that was recently modified, and this is Sacrosanct Crusade. Before, Wake of Ashes used to give you a 10% value Shield of Vengeance, but now they made it fully defensive, and Wake of Ashes now surrounds you with a Holy Barrier for 20% of your maximum health. Not only that, whenever you use your Hammer of Light, you heal for 20% of your maximum health, increased by 2% for each additional target hit. That means that it's a 30% heal if you have 5 targets to hit with your Hammer of Light. Not only that, it also makes it so any overhealing done with this effect gets converted into a Holy Barrier instead. That means that if you're at full health and you use your Wake of Ashes plus your Hammer of Light, you're going to get a 50% maximum health shield. So I don't have to tell you guys that's a massive absorb. It's going to prevent so much damage that you're going to be taking. And the good thing is that this happens in 30-second intervals, because of the cooldown of Wake of Ashes. And most mobs do their damage every 1 minute or 30 seconds. So you're always going to have this effect to absorb most incoming damage. Now let's go and talk about the Herald of the Sun. Okay, so Herald has it a bit rougher than Templar, mostly because Templar's defensive options are proactive in nature, which is the best type of defense because they prevent damage. Herald, on the other hand, is more reactive in its approach, boosting your recovery rate after taking the damage. So let's take a look at the talents. The first one is Eternal Flame, replacing your Word of Glory with an improved version that also comes with a healing over time effect, on top of healing for more, So this heal is very, very strong, making you very self-sufficient without a healer. The main issue is that you have to actually take the damage to the face, survive it, and then you can heal. Hopefully with the changes Blizz is making to the damage intake in general, it's going to make it less one-shotty and these types of defensive options become more valuable. The next defensive talent for Herald is Sun's Avatar. This is another recovery tool, not damage prevention, but the good thing is that it's AoE, so it can help the whole group. Whenever you proc or use Avenging Wrath, you will get linked to your downlights and damage enemies or heal allies that pass through the beams. Also, when you proc or use Wings, you will get downlights, so this will always have value. The number of downlights you get will depend on the type of wings you use. So Crusade will get 4, normal 1-minute wings will get 2, and Radiant Glory will get 1. The proc also gets 1. It's a decent recovery tool for the whole group, although in my opinion it got nerfed too much over the course of the beta. After looking at both, we can see a pattern. For Templars, defensives are more self-centered and preventative, while Herald is more group-oriented and focused on recovery. Now back to the question at hand, and to conclude this video, do the nerfs affect us? And the answer is very slightly, depending on how damage tuning is, and if they keep their word on making damage less one-shotty and more healable, both hero talents will give us more than enough defensive power to help us survive. But in the case damage stays the same, I'd say Templar will be better in terms of raw survivability. And well guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Oh, one more thing before I go. I recently made a blog where I'll be keeping and updating all my macros and weak auras, as well as making written articles about WoW, other games, and gaming topics. I can even make videos about those if people like them enough. I'll leave a link in the description of this video. And well, if you enjoy my content, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching everyone.